Son of a glitch. Kirby's Adventure. It's colourful, happy and quirky, but this dreamland is about to have a nightmare of epic glitchy proportions. But we'll start off with something a bit less broken and a lot more useful. There's a glitch that lets Kirby retain an ability whilst the game believes Kirby is in his normal state. When Kirby inhales an enemy and you gain its special ability, in this case the sword ability, press start and select at the same time. Now in the pause menu, choose to exit the stage and you'll be taken to the overworld. If you did the glitch correctly, immediately you'll notice something isn't quite right about this image. Kirby is clearly holding a sword in his hand, but his state is normal. With this glitch in effect, Kirby will now permanently carry the sword. Also, if Kirby takes damage from an enemy, he won't lose the sword ability, which would normally happen when Kirby takes a hit. If you press the select button to forfeit the ability, Kirby can inhale the star once again, but the ability cannot be restored. And if Kirby loses a life with this glitch, his state will be returned to normal. This glitch isn't exclusive to the sword ability, it can also be carried out with the Parasol and also the hammer abilities. The effect of the glitch can be carried through almost the entire game, with exceptions for the final boss. There's also another ability this glitch can be applied to, the UFO copy ability. As early as the first stage, if you go to this secret area under the waterfall to the left, you're taken to a UFO enemy. Swallow it up and transform Kirby, then once again press start and select together and exit the stage. As before, Kirby will return to the overworld in Vegetable Valley, and hopefully he'll remain as a UFO while technically in a normal state. Like the sword, hammer and parasol, taking damage doesn't lose Kirby the ability, so now you can effectively use the ability to finish the game. Unlike the other abilities though, Kirby is unable to go down ladders like this one. You would have to forfeit the ability to continue, but you can always swallow another UFO and repeat the glitch. The UFO ability is seriously OP and makes finishing the game a breeze, so this glitch is great if you're finding certain stages difficult. The best thing about this ability glitch in general is the fact that taking damage from an enemy doesn't risk Kirby losing that ability. Just make sure you don't blow it by losing a life. The 4 copy abilities Sword, Hammer, Parasol and UFO retain Kirby's pink sprite, whereas most others give him an orange tint like Beam, Spark, Fireball or High Jump. If you gain an ability like Beam for example and press the start and select button together, then exit the stage as before, Kirby will return to the overworld as expected, although this time he won't retain the ability like with Sword or UFO. Instead, when pressing the B button, Kirby will do this random splashing thing, which is completely useless and also cannot be lost when Kirby takes damage. Kirby only returns to normal when you lose a life. As earlier, forfeiting the ability then swallowing the star and trying to transform once again has no effect. This glitch will happen with any ability that turns Kirby slightly orange or complete color changes like the ice ability. There is one other ability with a similar glitch, although this one is carried out slightly different. During the boss fight with Paint Roller, get the enemy health bar down halfway and then wait for the microphone to appear. Inhale the mic ability and then use it 3 times, making sure that as Kirby uses the ability the 3rd time, he's in the center of the screen. Kirby will grab the Star Rod piece as it appears, effectively ending the stage with the microphone ability. Now usually the mic ability can only be used 3 times, but using this glitch, Kirby now has 266 more mics. This is indicated by a letter followed by a number in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. This will obviously decrease as Kirby uses the mic ability. Using the mic, Kirby can destroy every enemy on the current screen, which makes this glitch very useful, but boy does it break the visuals. Depending on where it's used, the mic ability will glitch out some of the sprites on screen for a brief moment. This doesn't have any negative effects on the game, but it's clear the ability was only designed to be used in moderation. Although it's fun to watch the screen freak out when it's used in areas of the game that perhaps it wasn't intended. This glitch can be attempted in both the main game and the sub-game versus boss. Okay, moving on. If you enter any Warp Star station with the Fireball ability and then press the B button to dash at the Warp Star, Kirby's sprite will change color to that of the star. His sprite will remain this way until he lands at the chosen destination. Usually when Kirby jumps aboard a Warp Star, he stays pink, but when using the Fireball dash on a star, Kirby's sprite uses the same palette as the star's sprite. Another very small glitch happens on ladders. When Kirby climbs a ladder, usually it looks like this. But when you climb a ladder holding up on the D-pad as well as either left or right, Kirby kind of freaks out as he climbs. It's safe to say I enjoy doing this way more than I should. In level 7-3, it's possible to get stuck in these ice blocks in the second part of the stage. If you jump into the corners or the pointed part of the bigger ice blocks at the sides of the stage, it's possible for Kirby to land inside them. The only trouble is, once you're inside, it's impossible to get out. If this is your first attempt at the stage, you'll have to reset the game, and if you've already completed it, simply press start and exit the stage. Here's an interesting way to softlock the game. take the cutter ability into the level 6 arena fight with the Fire Lion. Now get its health bar down to the 2 final remaining hit points. Next, press the B button to fire off a cutter just as the Fire Lion grabs Kirby. The cutter will return and take out the Fire Lion, but the game will still think Kirby is in a grabbed state. Kirby will now disappear, nowhere to be seen, and the game has essentially softlocked. The only thing you can do is reset the game as the pause menu doesn't appear. One of the most interesting glitches in the entire game occurs in the first stage of Orange Ocean, but before we head there to check the glitch out, you'll need the Stone ability. The quickest way to get Stone is to head to the level 5 museum and acquire the ability there. Now Kirby has the Stone ability, head for level 6-1 and go inside the very first door you see. In this room will be a stone block which can be broken by pressing the B button to use the Stone ability. This will make Kirby splash up and down inside a small water tile floating in the air. And here's where things can get very interesting. Pressing the B button once again to use Stone can have strange effects on the game. Initially, the entire screen will become a glitchy mess, and this can happen in a whole variety of ways. The most likely effect is the bottom area of the screen will move upwards, or the game will appear to be completely frozen up while still actually running. Other results can occur, like the screen becoming glitchy, but most of the action on screen is still visible. If you press the B button once again, the game will most likely freeze up completely, which will result in a reset. If you play the Virtual Console version and set a restore point or save state just before doing the glitch, when you crash the game and reload the save state, the sprite tiles will become glitched throughout the game. This glitch can be risky though where save files are concerned, possibly causing a loss of a save file, but that's not really an issue when you're playing the Virtual Console version. But here's the most interesting thing about this glitch. Once Kirby is splashing in the air from the initial B button press, if you press the B button once again followed immediately by the start button, a few more results can be achieved. More often than not, you'll crash the game. But with perfect timing, you can get the game to load different areas. For instance here, the level 7 intro appeared on screen in all its glitchy goodness. But then I was sent back into level 6. The bottom portion of the screen was pretty messed up, at some points randomly flashing every colour of the rainbow. Or sometimes it was non-existent, just a big grey void. And then I tried the glitch one more time. That's just disturbing. If you press the start button on the same frame the game crashes, either the game will crash completely, or it can send you to the title screen and gameplay is glitched out again. Or sometimes you'll be sent to the end credits of the game, which is probably the most insane thing about this glitch. It's a tricky glitch to get because the results vary, even if you press pause on the same frame the game crashes, but with enough patience and timing it is possible. And finally, I've saved this next so-called glitch for last, as although it's often referred to as a glitch, I think in reality it's probably an intended Easter egg. Either way, in level 1-2, make your way to the end of the first area to find a warp star, but instead of using it, jump over and head to the right. The screen locks here, meaning Kirby cannot progress any further, but if you jump back over the star and then backtrack past the cutter enemy just a bit and then return to where the warp star should be, it will despawn. Now Kirby can go much further to the right, unlike earlier. Now the reason this is most likely or obviously an Easter egg is the fact that the word HAL can be found spelt out using blocks. HAL being the company that makes the Kirby games, clearly this is a cleverly hidden secret. Although I can understand why people might consider this a glitch, and so I included it in this episode as a bonus. Anyway, that's Kirby's Adventure and a few useful and interesting glitches you guys can try out. And if you like this episode, hit that like button, share it with everyone you know and love, but most importantly, please subscribe if you want to see more from the series. Head over to the Facebook page for the show. I post updates and sneak peeks to upcoming episodes and keep you guys in the know about all things Son of a Glitch. Or you guys can follow me on Twitter and keep updated that way. Also, I stream on Twitch whilst making episodes, so you guys should check me out there too. You know, if you want to.